So Donald Trump has a new club, and he's calling it the Board of Peace. Believe it or not, a charter has been signed, making this an official international organization. But the big question on everyone's mind is this the dawn of a new world order, or is it just a global sideshow?
Okay, let's really break this down. We're going to look at what this new Board of Peace actually is, who's decided to join, who is very, very clearly staying away, and what all of this means for global politics. I mean, is this a genuine shot at peace, or is it something else entirely?
All right, first things first, let's get the official story. Before we can get into all the drama and controversy, we need to know what the Board of Peace is even supposed to be. What exactly is this new group that just had its first meeting over in Switzerland?
Well, according to the White House, the Board of Peace is now legit. It's an official international organization. A charter's been signed, it's been ratified, and Donald Trump himself is the chairman. The stated goal? To tackle global conflicts. So yeah, this isn't just some idea anymore. It's a formal player on the world stage.
Now, if you just glance at the numbers, they look pretty good, right? Out of 50 nations that got an invite, 35 have signed on. But, and this is a big but, the real story isn't who isn't joining. You see those non-committal and rejected slices? They are packed with global heavyweights. This paints a picture not of unity, but of a world that's, well, deeply divided on this whole thing.
So let's really dig into that divide, because the guest list for this new board tells you everything you need to know about shifting alliances right now. Let's look at who actually showed up to the party, and maybe even more importantly, who decided to stay home.
And right here, this is the board's biggest problem in a nutshell. On one side, you've got your attendees, countries like Pakistan, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. But on the other side, you've got these huge empty chairs where global powers like India, China, Russia, France, and the UK should be sitting. It really makes you ask the question, can you actually have a Board of Peace without the world's biggest players at the table?
Okay, let's zoom in on one of the board's most talked about members, Pakistan. Their decision to join is a huge deal, and it comes with a seriously hefty price tag and even heavier political baggage.
The very first thing that raises a ton of red flags is the cost. We're hearing reports of a $1 billion fee for a permanent seat. Now, for a country that often needs IMF loans just to stay afloat, that is a jaw-dropping amount of money. You gotta wonder, where is that cash coming from and what is it really buying?
And this is where it gets kind of eerie. Looking back, a warning from former Prime Minister Imran Khan in 2022 seems incredibly prophetic. He warned that any future U.S. help would come with strings attached, that Pakistan would be told to forget Kashmir, stay quiet on key issues, and basically act as a slave. It almost sounds like he was describing the exact price of this very seat.
And wouldn't you know it, it looks like those predictions are already starting to come true. We're seeing reports that the board's very first moves might involve putting pressure on Hamas and the administration in Gaza, which lines up almost perfectly with what Imran Khan warned about 2 years ago.
All right, now let's flip the coin and talk about the other side of this story, what I'm calling the Great Rejection. Let's look at all the powerful nations that have basically said no way, and in doing so have pretty much challenged this board's entire legitimacy before it can even get off the ground.
And listen, this isn't just a few polite no thank yous. We're talking about a full-on cascade of rejections from key global players. France just slammed the door, calling the board against the UN Charter. The UK and Spain followed right behind them. And while Russia and China are technically non-committal, let's be real, their silence is deafening.
The whole situation with Canada is particularly telling. Apparently, their invitation wasn't just rejected, it was withdrawn completely. And the reason? Well, it seems to be tied to Canada signing a new trade deal with China and disagreeing with the US over Greenland. It's a perfect example of how existing geopolitical squabbles are already defining who's in and who's out of this supposed peace board.
And then you have India, a huge regional power, just watching all of this carefully from the sidelines. New Delhi has been playing it very cool, avoiding a clear yes or no, and this calculated silence has pretty much everyone trying to figure out their game plan.
So while New Delhi is weighing its options, a very strange coincidence takes place. The timing is so perfect, it's hard not to wonder if this is some kind of not-so-subtle diplomatic pressure.
Okay, just follow me on this timeline. Step 1, the invitation to the Board of Peace is sent to India. Step 2, almost immediately, this sensitive business issue involving the Adani Group, a massive Indian conglomerate, suddenly pops back up in the US media. And step 3, Adani's shares take a nosedive, falling by 7–8%. The timing is, well, you be the judge. It's remarkable, to say the least.
So for right now, India continues to walk this diplomatic tightrope. They haven't said yes to the invitation, but they haven't officially said no either. It's an incredibly delicate balancing act, and honestly, the world is just waiting to see which way they're going to jump.
And all of this brings us to the ultimate unavoidable question. When most of the world's biggest economic and military powers decide to sit this one out, whether by rejecting it, ignoring it, or even getting uninvited, what is the real future of the Board of Peace? I mean, can an organization that's supposed to solve global conflict actually succeed when the most influential countries on the globe either think it's illegitimate or, maybe even worse, just don't care?